Jack, welcome to the cave.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for giving me a few minutes today. Exciting times for you. Just had a new film, Shark Bait, that's available in theater, VOD. How does that make you feel?
Very excited. Very, very excited. I'm excited for the entire world to see me getting ripped in two by a shark.
Right. Yeah, we could talk a little bit of spoilers. I watched it a few nights ago. I actually had a Malachi on a few days ago also, and he loves the film. He loved the project.
Yeah. Oh, it was an absolute joy. It was an absolute joy. In fact, actually, I was on the phone to him earlier today, and he said, "Are you on the Man Cave Chronicles?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am. I'm really excited." He said he absolutely loved being on here, and yeah, it was just yeah. So he was talking about how much he loved it as well.
So I was doing some research on you, and there isn't that much about you right now, my friend. Now, how did you decide to get into the industry? What made you get into the acting world?
It's funny. I think every time I've been asked that question, I think I've changed my answer. So I'm going to try and give you the most honest one I can possibly think of. And that is, I think I wanted to do everybody else's jobs. I think I kept seeing other people doing all these different jobs. And I thought, oh, I want to do that. And I want to do that. And I want to do that. And then I thought, you know what, acting, I can do absolutely every single one of them. So that's my probably most honest answer. But yeah, my sister's an actor, and so I sort of grew up watching her. She's an absolute pro, and I was completely taken by it. So I guess that might be as well.
One of the questions I asked Malachi is any interest in moving to the States to continue on?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you guys will have me, I'm there in a heartbeat.
So yeah, let's jump right into Shark Bait. What's the fascination with these shark movies? Everybody loves them for some reason. It's like as soon as everybody hears shark movie, they want in right away.
You know what? I think there might be an element of there's so much mystery behind sharks as a creature. I think we kind of, there's a lot of people who talk about how friendly they are, as well as, but they can literally kill us, and I think that's quite an interesting thing. And they swim deep, they're in cold water, and there have been all sorts of things that have happened in water with them, and I think with shark movies as well, the possibilities are absolutely limitless. I've seen quite a few shark films at this point, and there was one I watched a little while ago, which was, I think, was sharks in sand, and they were swimming in and out of the sand, and you could literally stand on the shoreline, and people were just getting eaten up, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But that's because I think sharks are a bit limitless in a lot of ways. I think that's sort of why. Also, we're completely out of our element. So that's another thing.
So when you booked the role as Tom and you read the script, what was your thoughts before you even started filming this?
Well, actually, it was funny. I originally went in to audition for Tyler.
You did?
I did, yeah. I went in, I got a recall for Tyler, and then I got called back a third time for Tom. And I thought, this is my guy. This is my guy. And I just thought, he's not necessarily a good guy. He doesn't necessarily seem, he's a bit of a complicated character, and I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
How do you prepare to play this character? What kind of description were you given of him too?
Well, I was given a sort of he's a bit of a a jock. I think is that the right term, jock?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So he's a bit of a jock. He's sort of, he knows he's smart. He knows he's sort of good to go with life. He kind of he's got everything laid out for him. He's the sort of guy who might sweet talk his professors at university just to get better grades. Sort of everything kind of falls in line for him. And I think, yeah, that was a kind of description I got. And the way I sort of prepared for it, I swam a lot. I did a lot of swimming.
Right.
I did a lot of research in sharks as well. I was really interested in how sharks move. I don't know how much use that was, to be honest. But I really got really into sharks. I started following on Instagram loads of shark themed kind of accounts and stuff. So yeah, that was sort of a bit of my preparation, but mainly swimming and stuff like that.
How about jet ski? Any did you know how to ride a jet ski?
Oh yeah, big time. I fell in love with those machines. I would happily just ride a jet ski for hours and hours a day. In fact, on my days off during the shoot days, when I'd have time off, I went and hired a jet ski and just rode around the bay. And there was one time when me and Malachi we were on our way back from shooting in the ocean, and we were allowed to ride back on the jet skis, and he let me drive, and we just went. It was pedal to the metal, you know. Wow. It was we bombed it right back to the hotel. Yeah,
that's awesome. So when you're reading the script and you're filming through the scenes, when did you realize your character wasn't going to make it?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I had a feeling when. Am I allowed to do spoilers on here?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because me and Malachi did spoilers too.
Oh, sweet. Okay, yeah. When you find out that Tom is secretly has a massive douchebag side, that, you know, he's cheating on his girlfriend, I thought they surely can't keep this guy alive. They surely can't. Like that's not going to be a thing. But I was when I read his death. Oh, spoilers. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, I was very pleased with it. I really, I was pleased with with how it goes.
One of the things I said to him was like, you know, like you watch these type of movies and, you know, there's always like a couple people that survive. This movie, one person survives. What's the deal with that?
I love that. I love that there's literally just one survivor. You know, they come as a cohort and they literally, like, how many of there? Is there like 5 of us? Yeah, there's 5 of us. They just pick us off one by one. I love that. It kind of, you know, it's funny. At the end, Holly, who plays Nat, she just reminded me of Lara Croft. There was like an element of like, she is now the ultimate sort of like shark fighting being. But I think that's why it works so well, just having just one person survive.
Yeah. How did you prepare to play the scene where you pretty much, you're a goner, you're gone, you're getting eaten up by that shark?
How did I prepare for that? Well, I just kind of it's hard. It's you know, it's funny because I realize it's quite challenging to play half dead for a while, you know.
Yeah.
There was a slow burn to how Tom goes. So I think it was I mean, there's tons of time doing prosthetics and stuff like that. So I spent hours in the morning getting the side prosthetics on and the leg prosthetic. Luckily, I mean, the makeup team were an absolute dream to work with, and we always had great tunes playing whilst we were doing the makeup. But that was kind of how I prepared. I just spent, you know, like just lots and lots of time just making sure we. I mean, playing half dead was actually quite fun.
What have you had a chance to watch the finished product?
I haven't had time. I haven't actually been able to see any of it yet because it's not released in the UK yet. But I have a cousin in Australia who's seen it. I was pestering him for reviews. And I've got family out in the States as well who've seen it as well. So I feel like I'm sort of like the one, you know, last man standing to see it. Yeah. But I haven't. I've seen some clips, and I'm very happy with the clips. And
what did your friends and family say? The ones that have seen it, what did they tell you?
Well, luckily, one of them said good acting, which was nice. You know, that's the first bit of confirmation that made me happy. They all really liked the movie. That's what I really wanted this to be, is that there's a lot of shark films which, some have remained in the public eye, and people still watch them. Like, we can't forget the famous Sharknado and things like that.
Right.
Not that I'd ever compare Sharkbait to that; they're completely different films. But in the shark film world, I would say that it's really nice to hear that people enjoy it as a movie. So yeah, no, I'm really happy about that.
So Sharkbait's available on VOD theaters right now. What's next for you now? Like, you got any other projects you're allowed to tell us about?
Not much I'm allowed to say, but I mean, there's a few things in the pipeline, a few projects that I'm sort of like sort of working on myself, like being a sort of driving force for. So that, yeah. So hopefully you guys will hear from me in the very, very near future, and hopefully I'll be out over in the States as well. It'd be lovely to come see you guys over there.
So, all right. And lastly, Jack, how can the listeners and the viewers find you on social media?
Oh, I have an Instagram, which is Jack_Trueman_, and I have a Twitter, which is JackTrueman14. I don't know why it's 14. I think Twitter just allocated that to me.
Jack, this was great. Thank you for coming on. Give me a few minutes to talk about Sharkbait.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.